Mr. Donvi.
Madam Deputy Speaker, I would like to focus on how the regulation of virtual asset service providers will be enhanced. Considering the potential of a virtual asset to be used for money laundering or terrorism financing due to its anonymous nature, I strongly support the measures to strengthen regulation of this asset class for anti-money laundering and combating financing of terrorism. These steps are necessary. MAS's future strategies will be informed by the close supervisory interactions with stakeholders in a rapidly evolving sector. The measures proposed in the bill should be implemented quickly so that potential investors in our market will not be in a position of jurisdictional arbitrage, which may be disadvantageous to the Singapore market. Investors and talent will be drawn to countries seemed to be more accepting and supportive of this asset category, such as Estonia, Germany, or the United Kingdom. Presently, entities in the business of VAs here are subject to the Payment Services Act, where the VAs are considered digital payment tokens. VAs are subject to the Securities and Futures Act or the Financial Advisors Act, where the products are capital market products. The bill seeks to plug the gap of regulating entities created in Singapore while providing VAs services overseas as a new class of financial institutions. Moving forward, with the Ministry or MAS consider setting up a new category of market license for VASPs and digital currency exchanges. Their regulatory standards should be comparable to those for licensed securities brokers and automated trading venues. This is in order to build a simple, secure, and accessible digital assets ecosystem that will support VA investment in Singapore while mitigating potential risks. I propose a risk-based approach for the regulatory framework to identify digital asset services that pose significant risk to warrant regulations and where such risks are crucial to address. Issues such as the safe custody of assets, know your client requirements, AML, CFT, market manipulations, accounting and auditing, risk management, conflicts of interest, and the acceptance of virtual assets for trading must be addressed. MAS should require VA trading platforms to adopt an operational structure and use technology to offer client protection, which is equivalent to traditional financial institutions in the securities sector. On the other hand, the market license specifically for those service providers should not impose onerous obligations that might cause these businesses to be forced out by larger international operators which have services provided both physically and virtually. We need to be mindful to ensure a level playing field for VASPs. For example, any application of the existing financial services regulatory regime to digital asset businesses that will require compulsory professional indemnity insurance should take into account the current lack of availability of such insurance for digital asset service providers. That is, implementation of a regulatory regime where compliance is not possible has the same effect as an outright ban on these activities. As virtual trading platforms interface directly with our Singaporean public, MAS should therefore accept licensing applications from platform operators which are committed to and capable of complying with the expected licensing criteria and continuing conduct requirements. In addition, the licensee must obtain MAS's prior written approval for any plan or proposal to introduce or offer a new or incidental product, service, or activity, or to make a material change to an existing service or activity. MAS should require a platform operator to establish and implement written internal policies and governance procedures to ensure compliance with requirements concerning the custody of virtual assets. A platform operator should also have adequate processes in place for handling requests for deposits and withdrawals of clients' virtual assets to guard against loss arising from theft, fraud, and other dishonest acts, professional misconduct, or omission. Singaporean consumers require confidence that they are able to access the products and services they desire at home via legally regulated and compliant professionals rather than by seeking out risky services in unregulated locations. Any regulation of virtual asset service providers should be designed to ensure the following points are considered: minimum capital requirements, audit certificate or external assurance of custodial procedures, segregation of customer and operational funds, annual compliance requirements, being managed by a responsible person with adequate experience, proper segregation of participants' assets and private keys from their marketplaces' own assets, appropriate record keeping, maintenance of policies and procedures. Other considerations. The development of VAs will provide many new opportunities, including those in Singapore's technological sector, which can translate into more high-skilled jobs and growth-oriented investments if the right balance is struck by government in approaching regulations. There are opportunities for the larger accounting or audit firms too. Established insurers and their brokers also need to be more open to providing insurance coverage and services for the virtual asset industry. Furthermore, a number of traditional financial institutions are seeking to develop their own cryptocurrencies or on private blockchains to enable the instantaneous and cross-border transfer payments. To support Singapore Green Plan 2030, I suggest that businesses conducting digital asset mining or similar activities should receive some form of tax incentives if they source their own renewable energy for their own activities. Such tax incentives will enable Singapore to become a global leader in green crypto asset mining. Madam Deputy Speaker, in Mandarin. 最后，我们的新加坡警察部队必须更充分理解这区域的执法优先事项和战略目标。它与金融管理局的合作关系是一个关键优势。当局应该升级其信息技术的分析工具，以更好地利用金融人工智能的潜力，以发现执法部门尚未注意的人的犯罪活动，并利用相关国际资金转移和大额现金交易的报告。I support the bill. Thank you.